a little bit better, but he got an extremely high fever after doing a couple of big shows in Moscow and Berlin, and they threw him right into the ICU. This guy was an Olympic swimmer back in the day. If you're a Rammstein fan.
Du hast COVID-19.
If you saw, by the way, and they released it in a time-lapse video because they had to, because it took so long. I think it took 36 hours to create their stage for a show they were doing at a soccer arena.
I did see that, and it's incredible.
Holy Christ. The crews that came in, it is unbelievable to watch. I don't know what kind of money Rammstein's got, because the videos they do are like short films. The production on these things is unbelievable, and there's effects and fire and explosions and lasers, and they do like 10-minute music videos. And I think they're doing some dates over here, or we're planning to, but they were doing a lot of European dates, and the stage production for those guys, it like went higher than the lip of the soccer arena.
That's
the stadium.
Bananas.
It was like a skyscraper.
Yeah.
That's cool, though.
It's
really cool.
I think it might be one of those, I don't know if they started with money or whatnot, but, like if you have the money to invest in something and you do a really good job, that's clearly going to pay off, and then it's kind of like the never-ending cycle of it,
I guess so. I mean, they've been around for a long time now.
They've been around for a long time, and I think they are, they are willing to invest back into the band and put on the best show that they can.
Right.
And they also have, they're big in America, but they are huge internationally.
Yeah.
It's like Russell Peters, where he does okay in America, but then worldwide he's doing arenas and like stadiums and
does the Air Canada Center when he goes home.
It's just there's bands like that.
So Rammstein, Till Lindemann, the frontman, is, I guess, doing a little bit better. Germany has just under 50,000 cases of the coronavirus and just about 300 deaths. So they said that his life is no longer in danger, but he's... that's a band that has never skimped on pyro or metal or just, I saw them years ago. I don't remember.
Design, yeah.
I don't remember where I saw them. They were part of a festival. I don't think it was like a Rammstein show. And I was halfway back and I could feel the fire from the stage.
Imagine being on the stage.
Yeah.
Your hair's going to catch on fire.
Yeah, they were set to do stadiums here in the States. They were going to play Soldier Field, I think. I don't think they were coming here to do that. But anyway, so if you're a Rammstein fan, I'm sure you've seen that information. A lot of people were sending it to me this morning.
I hope he's okay.
They said that he's getting better. He was in really bad shape at the beginning. Guy's 57, but he's a grandfather. And imagine if your grandfather was up there. Pink mohawk.
Yeah.
Nose ring. The whole bit.
Yeah.
Like if your grandfather... It's one thing if your grandfather's Mick Jagger. And for a lot of people, their grandfather is Mick Jagger. It's one thing if your grandfather's Mick Jagger. Because you're like, all right, it's Rolling Stones. They're kind of a blues rock band. They kind of done their thing for 60 years, whatever. But if your grandfather is still... It'd be like if your grandpa was Alice Cooper.
Or like Iggy Pop or something.
Iggy Pop. Yeah, you're just out there and, it's the lust for life. You're cutting yourself with the broken bottles. You're like, that's my grandfather.
Peep Pop.
That's Pop Pop, yeah.
That's Peep.
What's Papaw doing up there?
That's Peepaw. Yeah. A couple of years ago.
Yeah, Pop Pop.
Not this last time. But the time before, a few years ago, Chris Tyler was still here because he was with us. We were in the second row for Bob Seger at the Romo Fijo. And all of my wife's a huge Bob Seger fan, so we got second row. All of his grandkids are off to the side watching him perform.
100?
And they look like lovely kids, and Bob Seger looks like a grandfather. But he's still Bob Seger. He's been doing it for 50 years. You know what I mean? This was his farewell tour or whatever. So that would be a fun experience if you were like a grandchild. You're like, oh... There's our grandpa, but he's not. The flames aren't coming off the stage, or he's not wearing.
He's up there doing dad rock,
right? He doesn't have like a dildo strapped to his head or anything like that.
That would be a power move.
if Bob Seger came out with a dildo strapped to his head,
because what could you say, really?
Yeah,
like now that is a man.
Peepaw's a rock and roll unicorn. Check him out.
He can rock a dildo.
That's right. Them Hollywood nights just flopping all over. Yeah, like a rock.
Oh, like a rock.
The cavalcade of well-known people who've contracted the COVID-19 continues. Rapper Scarface.
Saw that.
From the Ghetto Boys. These guys have barely gotten over the death of Bushwick Bill. And now Scarface has tested positive for the coronavirus.
You okay with that?
Yes, I don't know why I said coronavirus. But I'm looking at the picture of Scarface, and I guess it just kind of came out of me. He got the coronavirus.
That's your bias. You have the corona bias.
Yes, the coronavirus is what I've got. I'm sorry.
Get it together, Alan.
I know, I'm trying.
Coronavirus!
So Scarface has been battling an illness for weeks, and now he is in self-isolation as he's been positively ID'd with COVID-19, as has British Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
He's the UK's Trump. He tested positive for COVID-19 over there at number 10 Downing Street, and so he is in isolation as well.
He's very conservative?
Boris Johnson?
Yeah, you said
No,
he
he's
was
an idiot.
Well, I'm saying you said he was the British Trump. So.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say Trump is conservative. He's just bullish.
Well, I never even heard of this guy.
You've never heard of the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson?
Nope. I mean, I pay attention to the royals, so it just surprised me that they have like a conservative or like whatever the British Republican is.
Well, he was one of these guys that a few days ago was bragging that he shook hands with everyone, right? And I'm not worried at all. Mm-hmm. And that hasn't aged well.
I'm shaking hands continuously. I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody. You'll be pleased to know, and I continue to shake hands. And I think it's very important that we, people obviously can make up their own minds. I think that Matt has said that people must make up their own minds, but I think the scientific evidence is, well, I'll hand over to the experts, but our judgment is wash.
Yeah, again, he's got the same situation Trump has, where he just goes up there and spews a bunch of nonsense, and then they pan over to the scientist who's slowly shaking his head and face-palming.
Wash your hands.
Please wash your hands.
Please tell them to wash their hands.
Yeah.
Stop touching each other.
He's all fumbly. He feels all fumbly, doesn't he? He's like, yeah.
That's that British charm.
I don't like it.
Yeah, very charming, sure.
Sounds like he has a stutter.
I like how he says, people will be able to make up their minds for themselves. If you have an opinion on science, you can make up your mind for yourself.
Is he doing okay?
I guess so. Yeah, he said he had mild symptoms, but just think about every person whose hand he shook.
Mm-hmm. Especially when he's in a hospital.
He's in a hospital.
From person to person.
What a nightmare.
I don't know.
That's worse than Trump.
I don't know what's so hard to understand about this.
I don't know why it's funny. I'm sorry. But
because it's so stupid.
He's a grown-up. He's in charge of a nation.
The nurses, the doctors, everybody. He's like, I met everyone.
Well, it takes two to tango.
He's like, Oprah, now you have coronavirus, and you have coronavirus.
They shook his hand, too. Oh, what an elbow check that sumbitch. Whatever.
Respect.
Oh, please, respect. You earn respect. You don't just get respect.
Well, he's been over there for a long time.
So what?
So my point is they probably respected him when this wasn't as big of a deal.
No, this guy...
2 weeks, or is he saying yesterday he was in there shaking the hands?
A couple days ago.
Yeah.
And they didn't respect him before. This guy's made a mess of a lot of things. Anyway, I've got $1,000. Let's make a mess of your bank account.
There you
can
go.
throw a bunch of money in there, right?
Get it in dimes.
Chance for you to... Boy, I hope not. You don't get it in dimes, do
Why
you?
not?
I haven't read the fine print. Chance for you to pay some bills, so good luck.
Rover's Morning Glory wants to help with a chance at $1,000. We have your shot at $1,000 right now. Text the nationwide keyword HOPE, H-O-P-E, to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's HOPE to 200-200. Good luck from 100.7 WMMS.
Your next shot to win is going to be at 4:30. It is just about every hour during the day, but not every hour. So 4:30, 5:30, and 6:30. In response to me mentioning that calendars feel temporarily obsolete because you can't remember what day it is, a handful of people have pointed out rightly to me on the text that now more than ever we need the Bill Squire Friday Get Down for us to know when the weekend begins. So the Bill Squire Friday Get Down, brought to you by Cleveland Whiskey, who are now doing their part by cranking out hand sanitizer for the Cleveland Clinic. But don't drink it. Go ahead.
No, I'm saving it for the get down later.
Okay, yeah, all right.
But I'm excited about it.
Good.
Giggling like a maniac.
Alan Rammstein or Kiss ripoffs? No, Rammstein can play their instruments. I saw them in '99 in the Family Values tour. The guy walked out on stage engulfed in flames. That might be when I saw them. The Family Values tours, a long time ago. It was like Limp Bizkit and Rammstein and, Yeah, he had this coat on that stuntmen wear. That would be the fun of it. You're really kind of playing with your life to some degree. But if you're in a band like that and you really do put a lot of emphasis on that kind of showmanship.
Man, that's
You're
probably
trying to
very
find-
sterile. It's probably very sterile to light yourself on fire. Right?
Sterile?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, it will sterilize you?
Yeah, because of all the fire.
The cleansing fire? Yeah,
guess.
maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if sterility is. I hope it didn't make him sterile.
No. Just saying, you're not going to have any germs survive the fire
Yeah.
suit.
But
I have burned my wiener.
He takes the fire suit off. So if the germs are on his body, they're not affected.
Well, everything around him, though, while he's wearing the fire suit, is sterilized.
I guess. The atmosphere?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there in holy cleansing fire. National Weather Service has issued a flash flood watch for Huron, Ohio. I see that scroll across our little board there.
So
Where is Huron, Ohio? Is that near Peninsula?
Yeah, it's a little south.
No, Huron's out
By
west.
Sandusky?
What am I thinking
Sandusky.
of?
You're thinking
What's the
of
H?
Hudson.
Hudson.
Yeah,
That's where
Huron
the
is
Antoid.
out towards Sandusky. It's
Okay.
It's a nice little area.
That's a
And
county where I believe bestiality is still legal.
That's right.
So perhaps consider that if you're in that community. Make sure that your animals are secured so that while you're under quarantine, you also won't lose a romantic partner in a flash flood.
But lucky guys out there because, once it starts raining, you get to see boobies.
How are those two related?
Flash flood.
I was like, I never pull my boobs out when it's raining.
Yeah, but you said
Pull them
yesterday you
out.
never do
I
that
thought he
anyway.
I thought he meant wet T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, is that a thing that people do? Like, maybe topless running.
Just trying to
in the
make
rain?
weather sexy.
Hey, there you go.
Bob Seger and the vibrating
Take
bullet
notes, Sam
band.
Roberts.
Trying to make weather sexy. Yeah. Well, hold on. You want me to try that?
Making weather sexy?
Yeah.
Give a weather report.
No. You want Sam to make weather sexy?
Okay.
Hold on.
You said that. Yeah. There you go.
Hey guys, for tonight, rain in the forecast. Overnight low in
Nah, I'm not feeling it.
That's
Figured I'd try,
She's very professional.
She is
Yeah,
very
it's not-
professional. That's right.
I'm sure she has the ability to do so, but that's not her MO. She
Well,
takes it very serious.
Hey guys.
I was going to say the hey guys greeting is
She's
a
the
lot.
pride of Virginia. I believe she's a Virginia native. So Virginia is for lovers. I've got some sperm news right on time. A deaf man is suing Pornhub and a whole bunch of other porno websites because he says he cannot enjoy video content without closed captioning. Feels like this has happened before, but this is a brand new lawsuit that this guy is filing. He says that they are in violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And I would imagine it's probably the only lawsuit ever to have the words hot step aunt babysits disobedient nephew in it. Or sexy cop gets witness to talk. I wonder if those words in that order are in any other lawsuit.
Probably not all those words, yeah. I think this is a first.
A guy in New York, Yaroslav Souris. Oh, the Irish. He filed this lawsuit saying that he's deaf and he can't enjoy pornography if he doesn't have the words on the screen. Really? This is a downside to people being bored, is now they're just filing even more frivolous lawsuits. Hey, I can't enjoy this without the words over her breasts.
I was going to say, where do they put the words? Because if
Probably
you're,
the bottom of the screen, but it's going to block something.
But if you're reading the words, then you're not watching the porn. Unless you have
multitasking.
You have iguana eyes, and one eye can look at the words, and one eye can look at the boobs.
You can't watch something with captioning and see what's going on still?
I don't watch things with... Well, yes and no, though. If I'm watching a video that has caption on it, I'm reading the caption.
Well, there also, there's not that much talking going on during the porn.
Well,
Which is why it's
enough-
weird that the
enough
guy
to make him mad,
make him file a lawsuit.
he wants to know.
Also weird flex. Are you saying that iguana have independently. Their eyes operate independently of one
Don't
another?
they?
Yeah.
They've
Some of them
got
do.
like
Not the iguanas. It's a specific type of
lizard.
lizard.
Like a Gila monster or something?
No,
Like a Komodo dragon?
It's an iguana. It's not an iguana. It's they walk like this.
Salamander?
Like they kind of
they walk. Okay.
Walk like an Egyptian?
kind of, but they like take a minute, and it looks like they're kind of humping almost when they walk.
It's chameleons.
Chameleons.
Is it a chameleon?
And they have 3 fingers like this, and they grip, and they walk, and their
I'm
eyes
familiar
go
with
crazy.
the karma chameleon. I'm not familiar. I didn't know that their eyes operated independently.
I think it's just a regular chameleon. Maybe?
Can you own a Komodo dragon?
Yeah, I think it's a chameleon.
Chameleon eyeballs.
You can own a kimono with a dragon on it. I don't think you can own a Komodo dragon.
Look
I
at
think
it.
they're endangered.
Yeah, it's a chameleon.
It's a chameleon. They all look like
Oh.
Forrest Whitaker.
All right.
Except on the sides. Other head.
Don't you dare mock the ghost dog, Bill.
I'm not
He's
mocking
the ghost
him.
dog.
I'm just saying that's kind of what this one looks like.
I do like them.
So that
Pretty
guy
cool.
is suing Pornhub, saying that they're in violation. I thought that all porn sites had closed captioning now. I thought that something like this.
Yeah, it's just software that they throw on because like YouTube has the same thing where it will do closed captioning. Like there's software that will automatically do it, but it's not super accurate.
They have a closed captions category
I
too.
was
on
going to say, I
Pornhub.
think that's, I don't know if they do it on all the videos, but they definitely have a category. Maybe he wants it across the board.
Yeah. Well, he wants it across something. And the cops
abroad.
were called West Peoria, Illinois, which is, oh boy, it's just a hole. Just a hole. But people or one guy in particular, ratted out an adult store that was offering curbside service in the middle of the coronavirus shutdown. You know, there's been a lot of consternation online. You'll hear the conversation about should you rat out people who aren't social distancing or self-isolating or all that, right?
Or just let him get sick.
Well,
They get other people
you can
sick.
get other people sick. It's a selfish thing, you know, but there is obviously it's a little controversial. Do you rat out people? You don't know what they're doing. Whatever. As much as people complain and bitch and moan about surveillance in the United States, boy, they love telling on each other. Mm-hmm. But to rat out an adult shop, the Green Door Video and Adult Boutique. This isn't just a shop, it's a boutique.
Fancy.
They said, well, we've got to shut down because we're inexplicably considered non-essential. And so they were offering curbside service. They would walk things out to people, and somebody ratted them out. The sign was on the door, no entry, curbside pickup available, and somebody, after a citizen complaint to the police, the cops come by, said you can't do that.
Why can't they?
It's a
'Cause they're
victimless
non-essential or
crime,
whatever.
but it's a victimless crime.
That's
Right. It's just like
annoying.
takeout. You're interacting with one person at a time. You know
Take
what I mean?
out and put in.
That's, yeah.
They said the Green Door has not closed its doors in over 40 years. But we do not fall into the blanket of essential businesses. But we will do curbside service. We'll do what the restaurants are doing and bring it to your car. Somebody saw this on Facebook and got all snippy and clutched their pearls.
These people.
These people. Just let people have their porn. Now, again,
Get it online.
I make that argument all the time.
I
I
think
don't
it's
know why
probably-
anybody's paying for porn, present company included.
It's
but
not
you
just
do
porn,
you.
but it's also toys and
Yeah.
lube and gag balls and all sorts
You
of
can get
crazy
that stuff
things.
at like a CVS pharmacy.
No, you
Or
cannot.
the
telling you, when I was-
Rammstein merch table.
When I was in San Diego, I told you they had like vibrators and stuff.
Not in
and
Peoria, Illinois. They're not going to have that at CVS. And San Diego is way different.
And they also, like, they do have vibrators at, like, this CVS on
It's a
117.
back massager. Bill.
No, it's a personal massager is what they call it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I've never seen that before.
But they
I
don't
guess
have
I
gag
wasn't paying-
balls.
I wasn't paying attention, but they have those.
Not
were-
at every CVS.
they
You're
were
not
big
going to
and
walk into
floppy.
any
I don't wanna
random
hear it.
CVS. But I'm telling you, in a place like Illinois is very different than San Diego. You don't even see that in Cleveland. You're going to walk in and see lube. Well, you'll see lube.
I was like, shut up.
Am I
see lube all
supposed
the
to
time.
strap it to my face? I'm in Ramstein.
Yeah. Mary's our little dildo unicorn. All right. I've got a break. I'll have a copy of MLB The Show for you if you play PS4. Hook you up as close as you're going to get to baseball for the time being. Want to text for anything? 35192. You can watch live at alancoxshow.com or listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go.